That's right. Let's go. I need to see you dance. I need to see you dance. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. I want to see you dancing. I want to see you dancing. That's right.
My name is Ifeoma Nga. Ifeoma means all things good. My husband's name is Augustine Tukudumebi Ihesune. After NG James Obwehi. Ahadibu Munak Christian Chidra. Munakwe.
My name is Monica Umana.
My name is John Chukunakasa Mpuwana.
My name is Jessie Alienegbu. My Igbo name is Omalicha.
Ndeunu. Aha bụ Jessica Adinje. Aha bụ Ngwo Megeri.
Anabu Ayemo.
Afambu Wanyocha.
My name is Chiamaka, which means God is good.
Chukwuemeka. Hambo Helen Onyenali. Ahi Pumbo Operuche.
My name is Katarina Ifeko.
Afambu Kate Igwe.
My name is Simone Buchuku.
Afambu Athenas Oke.
My name is Modena Koko.
Afambu Muna. Afambu Veronica.
Hello, my beautiful African people. Welcome back to Hair Ride Africa YouTube channel. Today we are looking, into our family, African family dynamics. We are mixing different topics. We are looking at the stepfatherhood in West, among black men in the West, and the fatherhood in Africa, and we are looking at how the African men that married white women and have children, and the African women that did the same thing, married white men and have children, how the rules don't apply for all of them the same when they go to Africa. Because we see that the African men can come to the West, marry the white woman, have children, and still go back and maybe divorce the white woman and go back to Africa. And our sisters in Africa they're happy to get married to him. But the same thing doesn't apply to our sisters who married white men, and have children with them. If they have problem with their white husband and they want to go back to Africa to get married, it's very difficult for them. It's the chances of them getting married in Africa is close to zero. African men, but for our African brothers, they go to Africa, with the misraised children. Lots of chicks in Africa are willing, lots of birds are willing to, marry the guy. I think I don't know how to, what to say in this matter, how this happens, how is this the case. So let's circle back to our first, topic about the stepdaddy issues in the West. We see a lot of men, not a lot, but I say some men willing to be a stepdad to children. But I don't think there's anything bad in looking after children, that is not yours. But the problem is that children does better when they have their real parents that have connection with them. That's number one point I want to make about this. Children, we do better if they have the connection with their real dad, if the dad is in their life, not stepdad, in most cases. So, but when you switches to African men, African men doesn't play stepdaddy. They don't. In Africa, you don't see stepdad as you see in the West. It's difficult to see in Africa. Maybe it's not all Africa, but the area I came from, it's difficult to find men playing stepdad. They want, they don't do that because of, this is not the way they are raised up. This is not for them. This is it's not a good look, for men in Africa to be doing that. If you do that in Africa, they see you as weak men. But when you look at the people doing it in the West, they don't say they're weak men. You see some people, even some rich black guys, in the West, playing a stepdad, and you wonder why are they doing that? You have the world at their hand, and you are taking care of another person's child. But I'm not saying it's bad to take care, because people in Africa do take care of children in Africa, but that's not their own. But it's not like they're not saying they're stepdad to these children. They just help them. Lots of African men are helping many people that don't even relate to them. Just that because they see them suffering, they help them. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about somebody, bringing somebody to you, and so you become a stepdad to the person. And sometimes we see that children are abused by this stepdad as well. There is no much advantage to these stepdad issues. Stepdad, there's no much advantage to that. I'm not saying you cannot find any single advantage, but when you look at the disadvantage, it outweighs the advantage. But this is the culture, we see in the West, because if it's good, if somebody have children, to make sure that the dad is involved in their children. Except if the dad, that it have a problem. But if the dad have problem, you have to question the woman that goes to and lay down with a man that have this kind of problem. You see, there's no justification for this. That is the West we live in, you know what I mean? It's what they do. But in Africa, this kind of culture, is not going to succeed in Africa. African men, they're so red pill, you know what I mean? They don't do that because, they talk to each other, If you do that, your mate will finish you off, That's why we don't do this stuff like that. But it's not like we don't help people in Africa that are not children, they're not related to us. We have a lot of men help different families, But they're not helping us in capacity of a stepdad. You get what I'm saying? That's the point I'm trying to make. And let's circle back to the other one about our African men marrying the white women, having mixed race children. And they have problem with those women. They go back to Africa. There's lots of bears waiting for them. Just say yes, to marry them. But it's not the case with our African sisters, marrying white men and having children. And if they wish to go back to Africa and have children and marry another man, it's very difficult for them to do that. So I don't know. This is not an equal measure. There's something. The men get away with this, but women doesn't get away with it. So our sister should be, have this in mind. But I don't have the solution to this kind of problem. Why our men? Because I know why our men, we don't like to play stepdad. But women in Africa, they don't mind. If it's misraised, if it's misraised children. But maybe if it's maybe not misraised children, they might have some objection. But for them, they don't mind having a step children misraised our African sisters. I think that's why they're doing that. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our video and comment. Let us know if you disagree with what we are talking about. Peace.